Yo, I'm gonna, like, yeah. Guys, hey, I used to come on here like all the time, and I miss doing this, okay? I miss it. It's not acceptable. And then sorry, I'm trying to adjust my phone. I've been trying to be responsible. I'm like, it sucks, okay? It sucks. I've been trying to go to bed early, and I got CPS on my ass. Hi, this bullshit. I'm just over it. Okay, I used to come on here all the time, and I miss it. And my head itches. Now I'm seeing people getting all these views. When I see somebody doing the same sound that I did, and then they get 1,000,000 views, I get angry, legitimately mad. I don't know why. I feel like TikTok's not pushing my stuff out because I'm shadow banned sometimes. It's weird. I didn't even get that much sleep, and I'm wide awake. Actually, I am not allowed to take any antihistamines for 3 days. I'm gonna get the allergy tests where they stab you. You know what I'm saying? With the little needle. See how puffy? So if I tweeze my leg hair, pull a leg hair out, it puffs up. Right? You know what I'm talking about. I have too many histamines. Would you sell your dirty socks? Abso-fucking-lutely. But I don't know if you can do that kind of stuff on here with their guidelines. I gotta be careful. I can't get another strike. So anyway, thanks for following. It's the greatest show on. I was like Barnum and Bailey. Okay, back in the day, I would put on the greatest show on TikTok live. It bothers me. They don't push. There's too much competition. I don't know. They're pushing out all these stupid ass battles because they want to make the money for the gifts. I don't know. I think it's the lamest thing ever. So my show, that's what I would call it. No, I wouldn't do that, silly. I'm not that bad. Maybe 4. No, I'm totally joking. I'm not in. People are taking me the wrong way. Did I do some stuff that maybe I'm not proud of? Yeah, sure. But it wasn't that. It wasn't like that, okay? No. I'm talking about my TikTok lives. I used to come on here late at night and dance and just have a lot of fun and be silly, and I haven't been able to do that because my kids' school, and I don't care if my boss is seeing this. I called in sick, and I don't care because I woke up this morning with this horrendous headache, sinuses, sore throat, gobs of snot. Anyway, I finally broke down and said I'm going to go to an allergy specialist and fix this, okay? I'm not going to live like this anymore. Good morning. Thank you, hun. Or your guy, Holler Boy. 88, that's the year my friend was born. In 88. I was born in 83. Hold on a sec. I'm really hungry. I'm gonna get some, open up the blinds, guys. Oh, so my kid found a tarantula this weekend and decided to take it home and keep it as a pet. Do you guys drink fast? Everything I drink, I chug. Like, I can't sip. It's just like, I'm the same way with alcohol. That's why I don't drink. Because I just start chugging. Huh? Nut? What is that supposed to mean? I'm trying to get cute. This is my AA shirt, actually. Unity Service Recovery. Who has an AA t-shirt? It's like a little much. Let's get some, yeah. When I lock my kids out of my room, they end up over here, pounding on my window. They go out the backyard, and they're like, "Mom, Mom." So I totally miss coming on live. I miss it, okay? And I used to like spend a lot of time doing my videos. Like I would do my hair, makeup, go all out. But it's time consuming. That's what people don't understand. It's not, you can't put your all, your heart and soul into this. You can, but it's like, it's so time consuming, and that's what I did for so many months. Because I was obsessed with growing on here, and then I was annoyed because the algorithm keeps changing, and then whatever you were doing will stop working, and then you won't get any views, and then they ban you. You're in trouble. You're in TikTok jail. Oh, you sent an email? Okay, I guess. I don't know. That could be something else, man. Right? Trying to get my DNA. Who knows? Right. Shashin 60. Shashin. Sorry. What's your name? Sasha, maybe? I don't know. Montana. Anytime somebody says Montana, I really want to go. Because I think it's probably really beautiful, like in the mountains, like woods and stuff, like that I just would love to go there. You don't hear about Montana. See? Histamines. Like I itch and it flares up. That means that I have too many histamines. It's like a reaction. Like, basically I have an allergy to like everything, maybe. I don't know. Have you ever tried your milk? When I was breastfeeding, you mean? Or, thank you, Druid Wizard, for sharing my life. He's like, you gotta check out this psychopath. Look at this crazy girl. I don't mind being the person that like makes everybody else feel better about themselves. I don't mind being that person. They're like, at least I'm not as fucked up as her. Look at her messy room. Oh my God. It's all good. It's kind of hot in here. I deactivated it. It's inactive. I don't know if I will come back. Got a CPS case. Let's just be honest on here. I got nothing to hide. Guidance counselor at the school started looking at my social medias. So then that's kind of why I stopped doing a lot of lives. And I'm like feeling, it's like white. I'm feeling like I'm under the microscope, right? Like I'm being watched. Probably because I am, not because I'm a paranoid schizophrenic, because I was legit told, like, oh, you have a TikTok, and it... See? I'm going to get the allergies. That's the whole point I'm trying to make. I can't take any antihistamines. I can't take my Benadryl. Well, they needed to prove that my children were not around when I was making, like, TikToks late at night, and, like, the inappropriate ones, right? Which for the most, I mean, I don't let them look at them, any inappropriate ones, or like be around. Now there was a video where my daughter was in the background and there was a C word, because I did a video that said, she was in a British accent, you got detention for saying the C word. That wasn't clever, was it? And then the child says, no, it was con. Okay, you can fill in the blank. But my kid did not hear that word. I had the volume so low. But did I use my daughter to, like, kind of as a little... I did. I used her as a prop. Is that... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that now. I gotta be careful. You just really gotta be careful with the kids on the social media, especially if you're having trouble with your kid. Like, my son has troubles at school. He's always going to the principal office. He's only 6. He's learned that if he throws chairs, if he's bored and wants mommy to pick him up, he's just like trying to throw something that won't break. But he's basically just like, call my mom. Like, that's how he is. Oh, I sound like Bart Simpson. Hey, call my mom. Because of my nasally voice. Call my mom. That's what it's like. He's really smart. He manipulates them. Like, bad. Like, he's like... and then they made me go up to the school, and I had to hang out with him all day. In his classroom. After they called CPS on me. I'm just being honest. I don't have anything to hide. I don't care. I'm one of these people that, like, literally, like, does not care if somebody thinks that bad of me, you know, or that I'm crazy, or that I'm this, or that. It's because I know I did not paddle him when he was younger. Honestly, probably wouldn't have had, like, half the problems that I have today if I had done that. I owned that. I've been in therapy, and I've been taking parenting classes and learning, and so I don't have anything to hide. I do everything I'm supposed to do, and then people will see me looking all crazy, or they think I'm on something or whatever, but it's like they don't know the backstory. They don't know that you haven't slept for days and what all has been transpiring, or that your son's been waking up in the middle of the night and preventing you from sleeping, and then you look like hell, and then you're sick and run down, and you're supporting the kids and paying all the bills in the house, and it's like, and then somebody sees you like disheveled, acting crazy. Pink Scrubs 79, so good to see you. Love you. Follow her. She's my friend, my TikTok bestie. Yeah. So anyway, they see like a segment of how, you know, what's going on. Best friends for life. TikTok besties. And then they want to judge. That's basically the point I was making, is that I don't care what I look like. I called in for work today. Probably 34C. Yeah, probably. I wish I could get those. But I don't know. I know this one lady who's got a problem with, like, she got implants and, like, I guess a lump formed. But that doesn't necessarily mean it had anything to do with the implants. But she has to get some surgery, I guess. But I don't know. Some people are just prone to that more. There's some people that are being called brave because they're chopping their breasts off if they have the gene that makes them more prone to, like, breast cancer. And they're like, oh, they're so brave. They're like, yeah, I just had my mastectomy because I had a 50% chance of forming it. I don't even know if it's 50%. I don't know what it is. It's just, it could be 10%. And these people are like, I'm brave, chop, chop. And I'm like, what the fuck? No. Because to me, just like every thought matters, I'm in alignment with the universe that if I don't believe that I'm, you know what I mean? If I'm not going to believe for cancer, if that makes sense. And if you take it, faith is sometimes an action, right? So they had so much faith in that DNA test because they had the genetic predisposition to develop breast cancer, right? That there's women that have, like, had like, just chopped their boobs off. Just, to me, they're kind of saying, like, that's faith. That's an action of, like, you know what I mean? Anybody get it? You're like, that's hardcore. Hardcore belief for cancer, right? To me, I would be like, I'm cancer-free. Thank you, God, that I'm cancer-free. Thank you that I'm not gonna, I don't know. I wouldn't hack my boobs off. That's why I don't have a life insurance. Like, everyone's like, oh, you need one just because. And it's like, my kids do have a policy through, I don't have a will right now. I probably should make something like that, but they do have some life insurance that they would get through my work. God forbid something were to happen. Thank God I have wood, like in dressers. I don't believe for that. For me, I'm like, I'm going to be 100 years old. Like, in my head, I'm like believing for health, claiming longevity. I have 3 grandparents, well, 2 great-grandparents and 1 grandfather who have lived 96 for the great-grandmas on one side. My grandfather is, like, I think he's turning 95 or 94. I'm terrible. I think he was born in, he said 27 maybe. Yeah, it might be like 95. So, thanks for the follows. Appreciate it. I'm going steady. I don't get any more followers, but because every day I lose followers and gain, and it stays steady. But if I go live, I can usually gain a lot of people. But it used to be a lot better. Now they've, like, stopped pushing me out there. I don't know. Or there's just more competition. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot more people on here. A lot more people going live. A lot of people just... I was in a box last night. Thank you, Jeremy. And the, just chit-chatting. But there was only 5 people, like, max, maybe 9 people watching the whole time. But we had a great conversation, It's not always about all the people watching. You are beautiful, yes. You're beautiful in every single way. Words can't drag me down. I can't really sing. I'm a little tone deaf. Sorry for torturing you with that. What was I saying? I said words matter. Yes. Oh, I don't have the life insurance because everyone's like, because I'm not accepting that anything's going to happen to me. For one, I'm basically like the main relative that my children have. I have some scattered family that they know, but sadly, they don't have any relatives in the state. It's just me. Their father does not see them. I you'll have to ask him why. I mean, really, he's a workaholic, and he has 2 other kids with, I call her the new baby mama, but she's like, it's been like 5 years or 6 years. She's still new to me. I don't know why. Then, what do you call it? The one after you. You know, snatching up the leftovers. She's all like, I'd be heartbroken over this guy. The cry. You never look back at some of the people you cried over, wanted to practically, off yourself over the love, the heartache. Oh, now he's with a woman. He's spending time with her, and he's gonna be different with her. But I put in all the work, but it didn't happen. My friends would, they tell you, but you don't believe them at the time. You get wise counsel. That's what I call it. But she's like, no. He's not having a great time with her. It's going to be the same thing. Lo and behold, same thing. She's stuck at home with the 2 kids all by herself. And he's just working 100 hours a week, gone every day. Basically, like they're broken up, they're fighting, whatever. Same thing I had. But she won't leave. I could only handle so much of that. Don't miss him at all. She can have my troubles. Exactly. That's how I feel now. I mean, I care for him as the father of my children. I don't wish ill for him. When we talk, we can get along and laugh and stuff, but I've healed from the pain of that, because there's a level of abandonment. There's a wound there, especially when you have kids with somebody and you're losing your family and your little white picket fence American dream. There was a grieving process, for that, and that's not easy to go through. But once you get on the other side of it, it's amazing, because you're like, wow, I'm so glad I healed from that. And then you have your friends that are in marriages, and their marriages are the guy that they're with. Not to say it's just men, but whatever it is, it's just the couples are just not a lot. The biggest problem, I think, is selfishness. That would be my problem too. I mean, looking back, I was like, okay, I want a guy to do for me, and he's going to help me with this, and it was just like, oh, if I had a husband, I would be able to do this. I was thinking of, what am I going to get out of it? And then I realized later in life, oh, you mean I have to actually bring something to the table other than my good looks and my what? But then I got a house, and I'm like, well, I have a house, and I have 100,000 equity and investments, a good job. I thought I was the shit, and then I still was falling short, because I missed the main piece in a marriage would be the communication, compromise, discussing with your partner, nurturing your partner, helping them when they're down, rather than it always being them propping you up. So in a perfect world, in Heather's fantasy land, the guy wants to be my servant and just take care of me, right? Just, here's your slippers, honey. What else do you need? I think I want a butler. I want to be married to a butler. I want to ring a bell. Breakfast in bed. But yeah, I'm starting to learn my ways, as far as I'm not so eager to get married, because I'm trying to work on myself and becoming hi Cheryl. I know that is fantasy, because that's the whole point. It's not like that, right? But I think a very immature, younger woman thinks, we think Disney, Prince Charming, that, we get to spin around in our little dresses, and that's what we think. And then it's like, okay, no, you have to be, men need women for a lot of things more than just what you might think. They really need somebody who's supportive and can listen to them when they're having, struggles. And that nurturing piece is huge. Men want a nurturer. Most men, okay? I'm not gonna get into the gender roles and all of that. I'm just saying, as a rule, I'm not the most nurturing person because of how I grew up. And I'm working on that because I know that that's the biggest thing, that's for women, right? A big, huge thing that a woman can do is be nurturing. That is what, the guy kind of wants, in a way. His, not like he's a mama's boy, not in a weird way, but just he wants that mommy type of care, because men don't get that when they grow up. They are the ones that are supposed to be in charge, leader of the household, financial provider. They have all this pressure on them, and then they end up just being berated by women a lot, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, and it's just the guys just guys are so much more simpler too than women. No, I'm not even wearing socks. What'd you say, Cheryl? If I ever do something like that again, there's going to be repercussions. Well, I take that as a... Huh? Who said that to you? Yesterday I took all of his stuff and threw it out the door. And he just told me, I ever do something like that again. Oh, no, that is a threat. That is a threat. Yeah, no, you're not in a good situation. I know, I feel for you because the situation, that you're in is awful from what you've told me. It's just not a healthy marriage, unfortunately. And you can't have a healthy marriage with somebody who, has active addiction issues and is not willing to work on it, or they don't think anything's wrong with it. See, that's the biggest thing for me. I'm sure it is getting worse because you gave him 10 days. Good for you. I mean, I just feel like you guys are kind of over. I don't know all of your stuff, but from talking with you on here and outside of TikTok, I feel like it's easier to give somebody else advice, sometimes than take your own advice. And it's real easy for me to look from an outsider and see that this person is not really cooperative. He's not willing, he's checked out of the relationship. He's hanging out with another woman all the time. He's a user. He doesn't respect you. You can't really get blood out of a turnip, if somebody's not willing to look at themselves or say, we want to work on the marriage. What do you need me to do to work on this relationship? And they're not willing to admit that they have any faults at all. There's people like that too, that just, they're not the problem. And I grew up with people like that in my family. My mom was like that. She never got any help for herself. And then I became, even to the point where I was taken away from my mom when I was 14, and she still, what kind of work do I have to do to get my daughter back? She just didn't do the work. It was weird. But I didn't really want to go back there and live anyway. But I am screwed up from all that. Thank you, Joel. He's not the problem. I know, that's what I'm trying to say. That's why it won't work. That's why it won't work. If you have your deal breakers, this is what I need from you in this relationship. This is what I'm not getting. This is what would need to change. And the other person's like, no, I'm not changing. Then the relationship's like over if you have the courage to walk away, because you have to value yourself enough to be like, okay, well, you're not giving me X, Y, and Z. This is a deal breaker for me. I can't be in this any longer. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Even though it's not that easy. I know it's not. And it's painful. You know? He's going to walk permanently. Well, I'm just saying, you're walking away from your non-negotiables, right? You are not going to live with a man who hangs out with another woman, spends no time with you. And I think when you were going through a tooth abscess and you were in misery, he was nowhere to be found. Like, a supportive partner would have taken you to the hospital and been by your side, not out with some other woman having drinks at the bar. Like, so do you value yourself is what it boils. Women and men that don't value themselves, I used to be one of them, would put up with like breadcrumbs. Oh, I did this for you. Oh. And then you'd be like, oh, he's so thoughtful. Oh, yeah, he finally took me out on a date. And you'll think he's changing. But they only just do enough to get you sucked back in. And then it's, again, you know, the love bombing. As soon as you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. Then sometimes they'll start kicking it in to high gear and start love bombing you and winning you back over. Once you're hooked again, that's when they go back to like, no, I got her hooked. And then they go back to doing what they were doing before. Because they got you figured out. They know how to work you. You know? You gotta be strong enough to value yourself enough, do enough healing work within to where you're like, I'm done. You know? And a lot of times they don't take you seriously either, because they've heard you say that 100 times before. So, no, we're not gonna cuddle. No, my armpits are kind of stinky and can make armpit noises. I can change my top. It's fucking hot in here. It's hot in here, so take off. Oh, no. Get so hot. Giving relationship advice. I should start a podcast. Ask Sexy Single Mama. No. I have really good advice for other people. Lots of wisdom, lots of personal experience, lots of therapy, lots of insight. But that doesn't mean that I'm perfect or I'm not screwed up. Like, I'm still working on things about myself. And so I got a bachelor's degree in psychology, and then I did not go for my master's. I was accepted in a master's program for clinical psychology 15 years ago, whatever it was. And then I was like, I don't really have any business trying to fix people because I'm really screwed up. So I've been working on myself for all these years. But the people that actually like have had life experience and trauma and then they get healthy actually make the best therapists. So I have one now. I'm not trying to be a therapist, but I'm saying one day, if I wanted to pursue that, I could probably do that, you know? If I just felt like this is my desire, you know? I don't think it is, though, but I like just talking to friends and giving friends, like, insight and stuff, and sometimes God uses me like that, you know? But God uses other people to give me insight, right? Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. I'm at a loss and I have to find people, you know, to go bounce off some things to, and figure out how to, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody needs help and support and somebody to talk to, so, and some people don't do that. They don't believe in it. They don't, I don't know, it's odd to me. Some people are just, I think they don't get desperate enough. If you didn't have enough horrible, painful things in your life happen over and over again, if you just live kind of a mediocre life where you came from a okay family, even if, and you got a good job right out of college, and you didn't really struggle, and you managed to get married and have a house and pay your mortgage and just be a relatively normal person, those types of people will not ever, they don't ever see themselves as the problem. They're like, oh, I'm successful. I went to college. I got a good job. I'm paying my bills. They'll, and so they might have some flaws that their partner, is not really thrilled about. But in their mind, especially if they grew up in a family that, never went to therapy, never, talked about their problems, that's pretty much, I don't know. That's what I've learned in my life, is because I used to be attracted to the guys that, were bad for me and, were wouldn't commit, and were just, it's I had such good times with them, but they didn't want to put a label on it, and they were flaky, and it was push and pull back and forth, I was in all these wishy-washy things, but I really wanted to be with that person. My attraction was there because it emulated, I guess, my childhood abandonment issues or something. Psychologically was attracted to somebody who was going to abandon me or reject me, because if I could get their worth, then I was worthy, because I didn't have self-worth. I didn't have, you know what I'm saying? All this shit is so textbook. It's not, there's no mystery to any of it. You can literally dissect somebody and their relationship in 2 minutes. It's just I'm trying to get allergy tested, so can't take any antihistamines for 3 days. I called in sick today. I had such a horrible headache. I still have to check my emails though for work. I respect everyone. The worst date. I should know that. It's just one of those, when somebody asks you a question, you're all of a sudden you don't have an answer or something. There's just a lot of I didn't even know that they were horrible, as much as maybe when you just don't have connection, and they're just this one guy I went on a date, and it's we're walking, getting a Starbucks latte, walking, talking. I talked, and then he was do you mind if we go through the car wash? And he took me through the car wash to wash his truck. So I was yeah, he's gonna be a neat freak. I have problems, but I actually need to fucking text that. Have a nice day, Ironhead. Rule numbers, it's 62. That's rule number 62. Rule numbers. Yeah, it's 62. There was this guy with the Italian accent. We used to imitate him. Rule number 62. Don't take your So it's 64? Yeah, no, it's 62. Okay, anyway, I gotta call a house cleaner. I know, but just you knew enough that nobody else knows what we're talking about, so that's all good. It's all good. I knew what you meant. I have to get organized, so I have my struggles, right? So, but I don't think. I mean, I want to hire I hired a house cleaner recently. Like, I'm trying to get on a route, right? Like, where they come regularly to try to keep pancakes, waffles, or French toast. Wow, that's a good one. I mean, probably pancakes. Yeah. Probably with like strawberries on top, or there's so many different types of pancakes. At IHOP, I used to be like, I would order the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity because it was like strawberry pancakes with whipped cream and the eggs and the bacon and maybe the hash browns. It was like the perfect. You seem like a nice lady. Yeah, I'm nice. I'm a very, very, very nice person. I mean, I can be a bitch, but I'm very nice as far as like caring, and as far as like not being judgmental and like accepting of people and like not being like materialistic. Like, yeah, if that makes sense. Well, I'm a little bit run down with these horrible allergies. I'm taking a sick day from work today. I'm going to get my allergy shots on Wednesday. So they said I need 72 hours without any antihistamines. And the Benadryl helps really good, like dry me up, and it just helps me so much. But I have to figure out what these allergies are and fix it. Anyway, I would order the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity, but like I didn't want to say it because it's the gayest thing ever. Come on, Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. Don't be offended that I said it was gay. I mean, what is wrong with people? You can't say anything anymore. It's like, oh, that's offensive. Why? I don't get it. Greetings from New Zealand. Anyway, so I would whisper in IHOP, or sometimes I would just point because I didn't want to say Rudy Tooty Fresh, and the waitress would be like, Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity, and I'm like, yeah, that. I'm from Mars. One of the first people that Elon Musk flew up there. I made that up. Hi, Kinley. Kinley, yeah. Good morning. I have no filter on. That's why I'm all like, I called in sick. And I miss being on live and talking to people and having, this is what I'm meant to do. I'm going to change my shirt, put a bra on though. This is what I'm supposed to do. Or, I don't know, I gotta call this lady, clean the house up, and the house cleaner that still owes me. I'm taking the day off of work, but I'm still gonna like, if I still have customers, you know, I'm still gonna solve their problems. When I take off, I don't really like, it just means I don't feel good, and I don't want my boss calling me up, asking me to do this, you know? I don't want him on my ass, okay? Or saying, oh, you're on TikTok. Like, I don't want anyone, but like, I feel like this. I look the way I feel, right? Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. What is this weirdest little sideburn thing? Abandoned what? I'm hungry, actually. I need to eat something. So, I found this store that I hadn't been in a while, and they had like these pints of like gelato, 2 for $1. It was actually really good. I was worried that it was going to be all like freeze dried, like it melted and then got refroze, but it wasn't. So now I have pistachio. I want to have pistachio gelato for breakfast. That's not healthy. We need to start eating healthy. I'm holding out on buying eggs because I have chickens now. You guys want to see the chickens? Do you? Let's go see the chickens. Let's do it. I miss this. I was supposed to be doing this live every day. It's 11 here. And I can't do it because, thank you, it's my AA group. The Crosstalk group. I think it's great because the format in AA is you're not supposed to say anything. You want to see the new chickens, right? I'm going to change this, so it's not working for me. Okay, so you're not supposed to respond to anybody in the crosstalk. Like in AA, you're supposed to just say stuff, and then the next person talks. Next person. You don't ever talk about what they're talking or inject. But this particular group lets you, like, because somebody can pour their hearts out, crying and snotting, and then you're just like, next person. You just seem so, like, cold-hearted. So we can at least do in our group a little bit of, gosh, I'm so sorry. Me too. But I have a Zoom meeting that is called the Crosstalk group. CTGs. Somebody made these t-shirts for us. So cool. Because normally you can't cross-talk. Like, you can't say anything back to anybody. But basically this one, if you're like, I'm just having a horrible week, you're just losing your shit, at least you can have the chairperson like say, I'm so sorry you're going through that. I can totally relate. You know, it's just better to me. Maybe it wouldn't work for like every group, but it works for this one. So I think it's awesome. It got me off alcohol. Well, I had over 4 years, but then I drank a couple times, and then my friend like gave me the Zoom code for the meetings and was like, basically I was like, oh, okay. I'm off today and tomorrow if you want to catch up. I'm at a coffee shop. My sister wants to chit chat. Let me smoke either. Like, I might smoke a cigarette like once a year. That was the only thing I could socially do, like, was cigarettes. And just puff. I never got hooked. It's the most addictive thing ever. And I'm addicted to like everything pretty much, but not cigarettes. Take them or leave. It's weird. It's weird. You're getting views faster than 99% of hosts with a similar following. I've been on for 49 minutes. I've had 6,565 people. I used to get like way more views, but maybe not at this time of day. Or if I was wearing less, maybe, or dancing. I'd come off of here with like 60,000, 30,000 people passing through my lives. Like, but now, again, there's so many people on here. I don't know. I just think everybody's getting less views. I don't know. Some people get like shadow banned, like suppressed too. It's like annoying the way they, it's weird because they will suppress my stuff. Anything that's like overly, too sexy for my shirt, they won't push it out anymore. But then I posted some like, no, I do not like girly boys. No. Although I'm kind of too masculine, so but I want a guy that's like gonna put me in my place and like, but maybe I like a guy who's a little bit girly, and it's hard to say. Because no, I really don't. But if I'm in a mood to want to take charge and be control, then it's nice